Hello everybody and welcome into Shop Social TV. I'm your host Lou Caputo. If it's your first time joining us here, yes, that's right, we are a TV shopping channel that we simulcast at the same time on television as well as on Facebook. In fact, right now I can see our friend Judy is already in the Facebook chat. Good evening, Judy. Folks, a couple things to know about us. You got 3 different ways to order from us. We've got a phone number you're going to see pop up on the screen. We have a website you can go to, and we're going to put up an individualized QR code for every single product that you're going to see here this evening. Now, we were not here last Thursday because we had some technical difficulties, so this is our triumphant return to the airwaves this week. And we got a big show scheduled for you guys, folks. We got about 10 different items that we're going to show you this evening in the next 2 hours. We're going to be on from now at 8 o'clock to 10 p.m. this evening. All right, so without further ado, let's get in to the very first item that we got this evening. Now, this one is right here, and it is an electric jar opener, okay? And now you might be sitting at home right now going like, Lou, what kind of crazy extravagance is this? A jar opener that's electric, runs off batteries. What do I need that for? Well, here's the thing. Maybe you can't open a jar today. Maybe you won't be able to tomorrow. How does your hand feel when you open up the jars now? Does it hurt? Do you have arthritis in your hands? Do you have limited mobility? Is there somebody else in your life that might? Then this is exactly what they need. Now, this is only $24.99. And if you're new to us here at Shop Social TV, you're going to see the two of the most favored words in the English language: free shipping. We have free shipping on everything here at Shop Social TV, okay? So now's the time to jump in. Now, when you buy these, you're going to get a choice of 2 different colors. This one is in the green color, and you can tell it's got the little green button on top. We also have it in black, and you can see the black one has the black button on top. So really, whichever one you'd like. But let me show you how this works, because this thing is kind of amazing, all right? All you have to do, it's a one-touch button. So you press the button, and it does all the work for you. So we've got a brand new jar here of mushrooms, okay? Now, this jar could be kind of tough to open, all right? Especially if you've got arthritis, as I mentioned, or you just don't have that hand strength that you used to. So all you got to do is place that on top. You press and hold the button. Now, you're going to hold that button until the arm comes in and grabs the jar. As soon as it grabs the jar, just like this, I'm going to let go. Now it's getting to work. Now watch what happens here. Hands free for me. I'm not doing anything. So I could be off, like, mixing something or pouring something or, doing whatever it is that I need to do in the kitchen. It has rubber on the bottom here. Boom. Do you see the way it just popped open? Opened a brand new can of mushrooms. So what it's going to do now is it's going to go a full 360 to make sure that it's completely off. And then very slowly, it's going to open up the grips that are on there. And again, it's rubber grips that grab the cap and then rubber grips that grab the bottle right there with enough force and enough torque. It's slow, but it has a lot of power, and that's exactly what you want. So just like that, you'll see it stops on its own, and the jar is opened just like that. That's going to pop right off of there just by doing, oh, I just actually tightened it. Ooh, look at that. That's opened in just seconds, okay? And it'll fit on a variety of different size bottles, and that's the cool thing about this. And if you look at the profile on this, it is actually slim enough that if you put it on its side, this will fit in any kitchen drawer, okay? So you can just put this in there and close that drawer and not have to worry about it. And then when you need it, you just grab it and take it out. Let's do this one. Oh, this is one of my favorite. Have you guys ever had this stuff? Pickles. Alexandra's pickles, spicy pepper relish. They also make like a hot honey. Their stuff is absolutely amazing. Now, they've really vacuum sealed these well, okay? So again, if you've got a problem with your hands, you've got that limited mobility, you've got arthritis, or maybe somebody in your life does. Maybe it's your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, those kind of people, your funkle, could be anybody. Watch this. It's going to grab the bottle, the jar. I keep saying bottle, it's a jar. And once it grabs it, I just let go, and now, boom, just like that, it popped that open, And it's funny because I know there are people out there that have their old world tricks that they like to try. You run it under hot water and try to, lessen the vacuum, or you tap the sides of the bottle while you're, trying to open it. the jar while you're trying to open it, hoping that that's going to get rid of it. This is just the easier way to do it, and it's sure to work every single time. And by the way, if you've never tried these before, one day we're going to have to sell these on here because this is just such good stuff. And you notice that it's very large when it's open like this, and you can see the way that it's geared on the inside right there. And this entire platform in the middle is what spins around 360 degrees. This is the part right here that's going to grab it. And again, this is a soft rubber that's going to grab onto it, so it's not going to hurt the bottles. Now, if you're somebody out there that likes to do canning, okay, this is perfect for all the folks out there that do canning as well, because you can set this on top of your mason jar, and again, press and hold that button until it gets going. And once that comes in and starts to grab it, you're going to see that it's going to slowly come in. It's going to grab the top first, so it grabs the top of the jar. Then those handles come in and they grab the actual jar itself, the glass. And then it's going to, boom, just like that, it uses that torque to pop that open. Isn't that amazing? So Judy just said in our chat on Facebook, once several years ago when I was living by myself, I bought a jar of pickles and never could get the lid off. True story. Do you still have that jar of pickles? Because really, you need to get one of these so you can open it up. I think they pretty much keep forever, the pickles. Now, just like that, that's done. And again, this is loose and it's ready to go. And if you've ever canned anything and you've actually put it in there and you let it sit on the shelf for a couple months, a year, 2 years, however long it keeps in there, you know how hard it can be to open these. You know, one of my favorite things is pickles. Okay, love to eat some pickles. And again, you know, this is a bigger jar, and sometimes these bigger jars are the hard ones because you got to really open your hand up wide and get that grip on that whole thing. And a lot of people, again, don't have the hand strength or the arm strength, or maybe you've got arthritis in your wrist and just that twisting motion alone hurts. You see the way it just popped that open? Took seconds to do it, and now it's going to take it all the way around, make sure it's open completely, and then it's going to slowly release it. I mean, this thing is a little slice of genius. It's only $24.99 with free shipping right now here on Shop Social TV. Give us a call at our phone number, 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712. You do get your choice if you want the black button or the green button on there. You can always go to our website too, shopsstv.com. Take a look at all the products we have, and there's more and more popping up on there every single day. Or use that QR code down in the corner. If you've never used a QR code, it's down on the bottom right-hand side of your TV screen down there. If you have never used one of these, all you have to do is take out your cell phone, open the camera app, point it at the phone. You're going to see a website address just pop up on your screen all of a sudden. Just tap that. It's going to take you to our webpage for this very item, and then you can make your choice. Do I want black? Do I want green? Or you could just talk to our friend Taylor, who's answering the phones tonight, and just call him at the toll-free number. By the way, the phone call is free. We take all your credit cards, okay? So give us a call right now, place your orders, and take advantage of this one. Let's open something else up. What do we want to do next? Shall we? Oh, let's do, is this Jardiniere? Spicy cocktail olives. It's about that time of night. I'm going to tell you what I could do with a spicy cocktail. Now watch this. Oh, and our good friend Judy saw, again, she's saying this looks so awesome. I love kitchen gadgets. You know, anything that makes life a little bit easier, especially in the kitchen, you know. There are some people that love to cook and other people that just do it out of necessity. And this just makes it more fun and easier for everybody. And notice what it's doing now. So it's turning, it's going under pressure. Watch this. Boom! Did you see that way, the way it jumped right there? Now, the reason that happened was this one was on there really tight. This had brand new bottle, had a ton, or jar I should say, had a ton of pressure built up in there. So it actually popped when it opened up on there. But again, that's the kind of thing where, like, you know, if I had to open that myself, I'd have that in one hand, possibly under my arm, and I would be bearing down on that thing. And I'm not a tiny guy, okay? I'd be there bearing down on that thing, trying to twist that open. This is the easy way to open up any jar that you need to. Let's do one more. I'm going to do this one here. We're going to do another mason jar because I know there's a lot of folks out there that like to can, okay? But, you know, it's the other side of the canning process. Or maybe you got a friend or somebody in the family that likes to can things, and you get the jars from them, and you're like, okay, now I can't open this, you know? So if you're like our friend Judy and you've got that jar of pickles that's been sitting around for a couple of years. Now notice what's happening. It grabbed the top first, so it knows where it is now, and then the outside arms come in, and boom, it opened that one just like that. Now granted, there's nothing in here, so it wasn't really under pressure, but wow, though, yeah, Judy just said those jars of olives are really hard to open. Sometimes it's the smaller jars that are the hardest to open, simply because you can't get a really good grip on there. Hey, Laura's in the chat, everybody. Laura's joined us in the Facebook chat. Laura, is Ed working tonight? It seems like Ed works every single night. Laura and Ed are a couple. Oh, they celebrated their anniversary yesterday, I think. So happy anniversary to you crazy kids. Yes, sir. All right. We are going to move on to our next item. And by the way, folks, congratulations to everybody who called in for this one or went to the website for our electric jar opener. Let's move on to the next item here. We saw this for the first time a week ago. This is the Hold Sound wireless headphones for TV, okay? Now, you might be looking at that. And by the way, these are $74.95, our price here. That's way less than what the retail is on these. You get free shipping here at Shop Social TV. And these things are kind of awesome, okay? Now, you might be looking at them going like, why in the world would I need headphones for my TV? I can hear it just fine. Well, the problem with that comes in when you start to lose your hearing, or you live with somebody who's hard of hearing or is becoming hard of hearing, and they just keep raising and raising and raising the volume on the TV. Hi, Anita. Anita just joined us in the Facebook chat as well. Good evening to you. But what happens is that, sometimes that person raises that volume up so high so they can hear it, but if you're the one with the good hearing, you're sitting there and it's literally just screaming at you. What is Laura saying? Ed is on his vacation this week. Yeah, all right, Ed. Way to go. Tell me what a vacation's like. I haven't had one in a long time. Anyway, back to this, though. So let me show you what this is all about. For $74.95, first of all, we give you all the cables you need to connect this to your TV, okay? A lot of the televisions that are out there right now have RCA connectors, or they have these little 3.5 millimeter connectors, or they even have USB connection as well, okay? They have all different types of connections. This is going to work with all of those. In fact, this one even has an optical input as well. So if your TV has optical, it can work with that too. This base right here is both a transmitter and it's also the power station for this. When I drop these in here, when this is plugged in, this actually recharges the headphones. You're going to get 35 to 40 hours, 45 hours of battery life out of these headphones when you put them on. They have their own individual volume control in them, all right? And these have a 100-foot range. So you could be sitting watching TV from a long distance away, and these will work absolutely perfectly, and you will be able to hear every single sound. Are you the person that's sitting, you don't want to admit to anybody that you can't hear as well as you used to? Okay, if that's the case, you got to get some of these here, because if you're missing dialogue, if you're missing like important, plot themes and things like that, you need to get these headphones and wear them. I'll tell you a quick story. My dad, God rest his soul, when he was watching TV, he had his own little den upstairs at the house, and he would sit up there and watch. My mom would be downstairs in a different room, and she'd be watching TV down there. Okay, a lot of people do that. The thing is that where Mom had a 2-story high vaulted ceiling that was, directly outside the door where my dad was watching TV. My dad would turn the TV up so loud, you could hear it echo everywhere in the house, what he was watching. To the point where my mom every night was just getting frustrated, and she was like, oh my gosh, turn it down, turn it down. And that was like a, point of contention, okay? I got him a set of similar headphones to these, and by the way, I paid over $100 for the ones that I got him. And it was like the best gift I could have ever given him for Christmas. I hooked him up to the TV, took me just a couple of seconds to do, and in that time, he was able to just start enjoying beautiful sound. He could watch his football games, his basketball, his baseball. My dad was a big sports nut, or anything he wanted to, and hear it with crystal clear audio. Now, the other thing about these, in addition to the incredible battery life on these of 45 hours of time with one charge, is the fact that these have what they call ultra low latency. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you've ever watched TV and seen a delay between the video and the audio, and you see it looks like somebody's lips are just flapping, but they're not doing anything, that's not going to happen with these, because it is in perfect sync. It has a very, very low latency, so you're going to be able to hear it. And again, 100-meter range, or 30-meter range, 100-foot range on these guys, and they are very, very comfortable to wear. You can see the ear cuffs on these will cover the entire ear, so they're not like the kind of earbuds that go in. These actually sit on the outside of your ears. They're nice and cushy all the way around. These are fully adjustable, so they will fit any size head. And trust me when I tell you, I have a giant head. Okay, my head is, I wear a 7 5/8 inch hat, which is one of the biggest heads. It's also one of the best that's out there. But look how comfortably these fit on me. And I've still got some room to go on these as well, but somebody with a smaller head could wear them because you can compact them down. Our friend Judy in the Facebook chat is saying that we have the best prices on everything. You know what, folks? I kind of think we do because we don't charge shipping, all right? That's the big deal here. You're going to get these at a lower cost, but we're not going to charge shipping. And look at that. Very, very comfortable. There's controls on the side of these for on, off, and for the volume, so you can actually control everything that's going on just by touching the buttons that are on the side of these right here. They sound amazing. I've actually tried them. And I'm going to show you something. I showed you the cables here, but here's the difference between them. This is what we call the RCA cables. We've all seen these before, okay? So some TVs have these because you just plug those right into where the speakers would go. Then you've got these for headphones, okay, and this is what we call a 3.5 millimeter jack. But then you got these right here for those real fancy TVs. This is an optical connection. Basically, this is fiber optic, and you plug this in, and that goes right to this base. So this really is a very smart base. It's also labeled. If you notice, the inside of these are labeled right and left, so you know which ear to put them over for stereo sound, because you do get stereo from the TV if you've got a stereo television. The other thing too is this is labeled left and right as well. So you just match this up with this, you drop these in here, and as soon as I do, the headphones are charging from the transmitter base. It's so simple. And here's the other thing too. You ever get a pair of headphones and you've got to pair them with your cell phone or whatever device you want to use them with? These are already paired with the base you're getting. So as soon as you turn the headset on and the base on, and there's one power button right on the front of this, and all you got to do is press and hold that, this is going to come on, and as soon as it does, these are automatically paired, and you can hear everything instantly just like that. By the way, I want to mention, I'm looking at I can see our Facebook chat. It's right in front of me here. I noticed that our friend Annie is here this week. She didn't forget to watch us tonight. Annie, I love you for that. Thank you so much for tuning in here, because sometimes it's hard. Oh, okay, so here's the other thing too, folks. And thank you, Lee, for pointing that out to me. My director, Lee, was just talking to me in my ear. Not only are these going to work with a TV, but if you plug the base in to a stereo, to a CD player, a DVD, anything like that, this is going to work on any device, these headphones, because, you know, the transmitter will just transmit whatever you put into it to your headphones, okay? So you could use this not just for television, but with anything you want. But what's unique about these is most Bluetooth headsets you can't do that with. The reason you can do that with this one is that you just plug it in right here on the back, and that's where all those plugs go. They plug right in, this plugs right into your TV, your CD player, your DVD player. What am I leaving out, Lee? VCR, if you still got one. A record player. There we go. Yeah, Lee's like 20 years younger than me, and yet he acts like he's 20 years older than me. It's crazy. The record players. I love it. Anyway, no, it's kind of the big thing right now to get back into LPs. So take a look at that right there, folks. But again, this is a great deal on this one with the free shipping on this for $74.95. I just know that, like, when my dad got older and he wasn't hearing as well, you know, it was kind of like save the marriage by using this, just because he wasn't listening to everything at maximum volume the whole time. Conversely, if you're that person and you're self-aware enough to know, gosh, I don't hear as well as I used to, this is a great way for you not to have to turn the volume so high up and be able to hear everything. For some people, I'll be honest with you, no matter how loud they turn the volume, they still can't hear what's going on TV, okay? When you have this, you're going to be able to hear that. But again, what I said, for the stereo, for the DVD player, for the VCR, if you've got a record player, anything where you can it has an audio out, you can plug it into this transmitter base and you will be able to hear it. And again, these are fully rechargeable just by dropping them into the base. There's nothing else you have to do. You don't have to buy a special charger. You don't have to do anything. Once you put this and set it down there, you're going to enjoy 40 hours of listening time on that. You know, for most people, that's at least a week of watching TV, which is really crazy. Now, Laura says she still has 2 DVD recorders and VHS combos. Wow, hang on to those, because those are going to be worth some big, big money, because VCRs are almost impossible to find right now. And to be able to have one of those DVD recorders that works with that, that's kind of amazing at this point. So, all right, folks, we got just a little bit of time left on this one. About 5 minutes on this, Lee? Okay, here's the thing about these, all right? You can't get them unless you call. So you got to call 888-247-8712 if you want to buy these. 888-247-8712. Speak to one of our operators. If you're lucky, you'll get to talk to Taylor. He's a super nice guy, retired Army veteran, might I add. So you could actually talk to him. He would love it if you did. There's free shipping on everything here at Shop Social TV, including on these headphones. Now, I personally went out and found these. This is one of those items. Sometimes I see something and I'm like, you know what? I want to get this and share this with everybody because I see it, it's different, it's unusual. But this is one where I looked for this specifically because I remembered the whole situation with my dad and his hearing and him watching TV at maximum volume. And I was like, you know what? I know there's other people out there that are in that same situation. So maybe it's not you, you know, maybe it's your husband, maybe it's your wife, maybe it's a grandparent, you know, maybe you've got a friend, you know that's having that issue. Give it to them. This would make an amazing gift. This is actually a really good gift. If you've got somebody that is one of those people where you're like, oh gosh, they've got everything, I don't know what to buy for them. I guarantee you that they don't have this. Kathy said hi to Taylor. I'm going to tell him. He's back in the phone room right now. We keep him in the closet. I'm kidding. He's not. He's back there. Oh, okay. All right. So Lee, my director, just said something really interesting to me. His son, Paul, how old is Paul now, Lee? All right, he's 11 years old. So he wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays to watch cartoons. Guess what? He wakes up Lee and his wife, who would love to sleep in on a Saturday, okay, because he's watching the cartoons, and we all know kids are going to watch cartoons, and it's going to be loud, okay? He actually wants to get these for his son so that when he wakes up on Saturday mornings, he can wear these headphones, listen to it at, whatever volume he needs, hopefully not too loud, because, you got to watch kids with their ears, but it's not going to wake up Lee and his wife or the other two kids that he's got. So, this is like something for anybody out there that wants to be able to watch TV quietly. Actually, I'm sure that my wife, Kelly, who's sitting in the control room right now, and is actually in our Facebook chat, I'm sure she's sitting there thinking I need to bring these home for myself, because I tend to like to watch TV with the volume up pretty high. Not because I can't hear, just because I like the sensation of the whole thing. So I'm sure she'd like me to bring these home as well. So remember, folks, you got to give us a call if you want to buy these right now. $74.95, free shipping on these. Just call 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712 is the number. It's a toll-free call to call us here at Shop Social TV. Or you can go to our website, shopsstv.com. That's the second way that you can buy from us. Look at all the products that we have right there. And then, or you could use that QR code that's down on the corner, down there. Can't get my finger where I want it to go. Down there. And again, just open up your phone, open up the camera app, and point it at the screen, and it'll open up the website for you. Now, my wife Kelly is in the Facebook chat right now with everybody, and she said that I was correct, that she would want me to bring one of these home. So maybe I'm going to have to steal some. I don't know. I could buy them, but, then again, I own the place. All right. So we're going to move on. I think we got about a minute left on these, folks. If you want to get these for yourself, for a loved one, $74.95 brings these home. Trust me, the price on this is amazing. If you go online and you search for these, you're not going to find any for under $100, okay? And we give you the free shipping on these as well. It comes in this really nice box, which, is suitable for gift giving. So if you did want to use this as a gift for Christmas, listen, like 3 weeks ago, I might have said, oh, it's too soon to start talking about Christmas. Guys, it's going to be October tomorrow, okay? Not too soon to talk about Christmas, okay? All right, last chance on these. We're going to move on to our next item. We're going to run a little video to show you how to order, and I'll be right back. You can either call the phone number on your screen, visit our website at shopsstv.com, or open the camera on your cell phone, point it at the QR code on the screen, and open the link that pops up. You'll be taken to shopsstv.com, where you'll find today's deals plus other exciting products. While you're visiting shopsstv.com, be sure to explore the whole website to see everything we have to offer. We're always adding new hand-picked items. Subscribe to our email newsletter so you never miss a show. Call, browse, or click the QR code and start shopping with friends today. All right, welcome back into Shop Social TV. I'm your host, Lou. I was just reading the Facebook chat, seeing Laura gets up. Laura and Ed both get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch cartoons, and they watch Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, and Tex Avery stuff, which is actually kind of cool. I love that stuff myself, too. Oops, and I just dropped my card for the next item on the floor. Oh, actually, there's a bunch of cards just sitting here. My crack team is slacking tonight. All right, this is the next item we got coming up here. This is a foldable cane. I saw this and I said, I have to get this for our customers on Shop Social TV, because I know a lot of the folks that watch us are getting on in years, or a little bit older. And guys, guess what? For $24.99, you can have an aluminum cane that you can take with you, because it folds up and you can bring this anywhere you want. Now, it is available in a variety of colors. Hold on this for a second here, because we've got black, we've got red, blue, and pink in the solid colors. So black, red, blue, and pink in the solid colors on this. But then we've also got a purple flower pattern. If you're a flower person, we've got a purple flower pattern. We've got a black and red big flower, and then we've got a blue small flower. And small just refers to the size of the decoration. It's not the size of the cane. Now, each one of these canes will adjust from 33 to 36.5 inches. And on top of that, it folds down to 10.5 inches. So this is a really nice accessory. Okay, Lee, bring it on back, because I want to show everybody what this thing looks like. So these are actually kind of cool, okay? This is what the cane looks like here. Now, this one is obviously the black and red big flowers, okay? So if you're a floral person, that's what this is, okay? This guy right here is the solid red, except it's folded down to the 10.5-inch size. And you can see the way that that works right there. Each piece nestles inside the other one. And you do get this plastic strap that fits around here. It's a molded plastic piece that fits around the cane and conveniently holds it like this. So this is great for travel. This is great to leave in the car. This is great to take on vacation with you. Or if you just want to use this every single day, there's no reason why you couldn't do that. Now, I'm going to show you how you adjust it. There's one of these buttons right here. It's a little silver spring-loaded button. They call it, typically the name on that is a detent button, okay? And all you've got to do, this is in the shortest position right now. All you've got to do is press that button and pull down, and it's going to snap into the next position. And there's 5 different positions that you can put this in. So you've got 5 different heights between 33 inches and 36.5 inches. Now, Lee, can I step to the side of the desk? Are you ready for that? Oh, he is ready for that. Okay, watch this, guys. All right, so I stepped to the side of the desk here. Now, I want you to see something. Notice the handle on this is a nice, big kind of T handle that's on here. I'll even step forward a little bit. Nice, big T handle that's on here. Okay, you can see that right there, right? Has a carrying strap on there, so you're not going to drop this, right? But I can literally, because the way you're going to wind up holding it is it's almost like a trigger here, kind of. You put your hand around this like this, and you just lean on this. And this thing is super strong, okay? I weigh 200 and a little bit of pounds, okay? And you could see that I'm just basically putting all my weight on here, and it's supporting me. And not only that, it has that big rubber cup on the bottom of this that is gripping the floor. So even if I lean at an angle like this, that's not going anywhere. That's holding on to that floor. Now, I don't recommend that you do that. I'm just showing you for, demonstration's sake that you could do that. But this is really, really comfortable, and it feels great in the hand. Now, here's what I want to show you, though. I'm going to lower this down, and I want you to see how short this could go, because this goes way down. So that's the shortest position that it goes to, and you can see, like, right now it just comes up to, like, the bottom of my shirt right there. Look at that. And it's a good-looking piece, too. And remember, you have a choice. You don't have to get the black and the black with purple and red flowers on it. You don't have to get that. If you want a solid color, you can choose either black, red, blue, or pink. And if you don't want the black flowers with the black and red flowers, you could get the small blue flower, or you could get the big purple flowers. I mean, so there's a lot of choices there. Now, if I want to bring this back up again, right, all I'm going to do is press that button and just slide it through the various holes. Now, you saw where it was before. It was at the bottom of my shirt. See where it is now? It's come up there probably about 3-4 inches, okay? And now that's at the height where I would probably use this. So this is going to work for a variety of people of sizes. I don't care if they're tall, if they're small, they're going to be able to use this. It's only $24.99, and it has free shipping. And this is all aluminum. There's no plastic on here. The handle up here is rubber, okay? So you could feel that side. It's also very ergonomic. I'm going to head back behind the desk here, just so everybody can see this. There's your choice of colors again, guys, as you see right there. Remember, you got the choice of the black, and the colors, the solids are on the bottom there in that row. You've got a choice of the black, the red, the blue, or the pink. I love that blue. It is such a cool looking color. Then on the other side, above that, you've got 3 choices in patterns. And again, it's going to be the black, black and red flowers. You've got the, no, I'm reading the wrong thing, purple flowers, the blue flowers, which are a smaller flower pattern, and then the black and red flowers. So lots of choices, something here for everybody. I'm just getting my cane adjusted here. But it's really, really simple to do. And the way you compact it down is you just pull it like this, and the ends pop off like that. You see what I'm doing? So all I'm doing is just pulling this out, and then they just kind of fold together just like this. I actually just kind of almost pulled that thing right off there. But look at that. That's the way that folds down like that. And when you get to where you're going, I mean, you know, a lot of times people don't like to buy devices like this because they take too long to set up and break down. But look at this. Watch this. Bang, bang, bang. Just like that. That whole thing is back together again. And it took seconds for me to do this. So if you're somebody out there that's got limited mobility, maybe your balance isn't what it used to be, you know, maybe you've got to walk with a cane, okay? Maybe you've got somebody that had a knee injury, or they had a back injury, or maybe their hips are bad. This is going to be fantastic for you. Why are people talking about me dancing? Who else wants to see Lou dance? Why would Lou dance? You mean like with the cane? Because I could do that. No? Okay. Judy just said that this cane, it will be good for anyone of any age. You're actually right about that, not just older people. My daughter needed one when she hurt her leg. That's what I'm talking about. People who maybe have an injury recovering from surgery, people that have a bad hip, you know, a bad back, a bad knee. This is perfect for them as well. Or the older folks out there. What I like about this is it's very lightweight. Like, this does not weigh a ton. You know what? I don't even see the weight on my card here because it's light. I mean, it's super, super lightweight. But it will hold, as I told you. Laura just said, "Are you raising Cane, Lou?" Stop. It's actually really funny. Anyway, but as I told you, I put my full weight on this, and I weigh over 200 pounds, okay? So this held me up with absolutely no problem. I like it because it will compact down to just 10.5 inches right there, which means you could put this in the cubby on the side of the door in your car, maybe even a center console or a glove compartment. You could take this with you in a bag, in a purse, in a backpack. You could put this in your luggage and take it on the plane. Actually, you know, it's funny. I've been flying a lot lately. It matches my shirt. I've been flying a lot lately, and I can't tell you the number of people I see getting on the plane with wheelchairs or canes as they're going down there. And a lot of them are just cumbersome and unwieldy. You know, if you had one that did this, that folded down to this size for less than $25, for $24.99, this has got to be the deal of the century. And again, you've got so many choices for the colors. You know, 4 different choices in solid colors, 3 different choices in patterns in the florals, okay? That's a really, really good selection right there. And again, the handle on this, so ergonomically designed. I mean, it is just really, really comfy and really nicely padded too. Actually, Lee just made a great suggestion in my ear for cruises. If there's anybody out there that likes to go on a cruise, I enjoy a cruise, to be honest with you. I really do like them. But you'll see a lot of people there that, you know, you can't bring your normal stuff with you on a cruise, you know? So this would be so much better to use when you're going on a cruise, to take something like this, and it is fully adjustable from 33 to 36.5 inches on there. And what did Judy just say? This will fit better than those with the large feet. Oh, yes, the canes that have like the, you know what? That's why I didn't get one of those. I thought about selling one of those, the kind that have the big triple, you know, pads on the feet, and they will actually stand on their own. I guess they got their place, but I mean, I prefer something that's a little less, you know, cumbersome, something that's a little easier to handle and folds up the way that this one does. Because literally, you know, this guy's folded up here, and you're like, oh, Lou, you know, you probably had 3 people folding it up before the show. Watch this, because, I mean, literally, all you're going to do is just take the individual pieces and do that. And the whole thing just folded down while I was doing this. I mean, it's so simple to do. Our friend Kathy says she loves cruises. You know, Kelly and I like to go on a good cruise. We haven't been on one in a couple of years. Last time we went on a cruise, don't be jealous, we went to Hawaii. And that was amazing. They actually have a cruise that goes around the whole Hawaiian Islands. That was incredible. But anyway, I digress. So again, folks, this is only $24.99 with free shipping for this all aluminum cane. You know, the other thing about aluminum is that it's light, yes. It's very, very strong, also true. but it holds the paint, the patterns better. And nothing looks like aluminum when it's painted, okay? And if you look at the beautiful red that we've got here, and there's just the sheen coming off of that, and then look at the flower pattern, the floral on this is just unreal. And remember, if you're not somebody that likes the purple and the red big flowers on here, you can get just the, the blue flowers, which are smaller, or we have one that's just all purple flowers. So a variety of choices on this particular item with us today here on these canes. And again, 4 solid colors. You can get the pink, you can get that really cool light blue, you can get the red that I was showing you, and they've got just a plain black. If you just want something that's just more, so sophisticated, and you're like, I just want the black, you could get the black one as well. We have all those choices. They're all $24.99 regardless of which one you buy. They compact down, as I mentioned, to 10.5 inches. They fold, they extend. They compact down to 33 inches for walking, up to 36.5 inches, but for traveling and for carrying them around in your suitcase, down to 10.5 inches, and they weigh nothing. This is one of those things, you could put this in your suitcase, it's a no-brainer. You're not worrying that you're going to go over the weight limit, okay? Not going to be the case with this. All right, are we moving on, Lee? We're moving on. All right, let's move on to our next item. Congratulations to everybody who picked that one up or who's thinking about it. You got to the end of the show on that guy, so take advantage of that great deal for $24.99, because that is just a great, great deal. Now, let's talk about our next item right here. It's that time of year, guys. It's officially fall right now. It's been fall for about a week or so. And pretty soon, you're going to start waking up in the morning and you feel that little bit of a chill out there, okay? Why turn the heater on for the whole house? I'm talking about your furnace. When you could have this cute little heater right here, and I say cute like, it doesn't, I don't want to belittle how powerful this is, but this heater is going to warm your entire room that you're in, your living room, your bedroom, whatever room you're in. And not only is it a heater, but it has this amazing fireplace effect that you see right there, has a built-in thermostat that you can adjust to whatever temperature you want, and you can enjoy the flame effect without the heat if you want to. All right? So many ways to use this. I think that Anita's leaving the chat right now. I think she's going to bed. Good night to you, Anita, if you are. I saw somebody saying, I hope you feel better. I hope you're not feeling too under the weather. All right? But let's get back to our heater. I'm going to show you how this works. Now, on the back of this are 2 switches. One of the switches on the back of this actually activates the heat, and the other one activates, actually what it does is it activates the flame effect. And I didn't even mention this, Lee. How did I forget this? It has a crackling sound effect, like crackling wood in a fireplace. So I'm going to turn it around back to you. It actually kind of looks like a little old-fashioned radio, and has this really cool wood case on it as well, like a pine case. I think that's so cool looking. This, I'm gonna be honest with you. We actually have one of these that Kelly and I got from a different manufacturer a couple of years ago. I like this one better, I think, than the one we got. By the way, it does have a strap on top for carrying, and that's vegan leather. But watch this. I'm going to turn the flame effect on. So right off the bat, you can see that is a really, really cool flame effect there. You can even see like it lights up the embers on the bottom and everything. Now I'm going to turn on the crackling sound effect, and I'm going to move around here so you can hear it. I want you to listen. I'm going to stop talking, which doesn't happen often, but listen. You hear that? The crackling fire sound effect. And you know what's really cool about it? It's subtle enough. Well, I'm sorry, what, Lee? Oh, Beth's in the chat. Hey, Beth, welcome. I haven't seen Beth in, I feel like it's been weeks, but it's probably just last week. It does look like a big transistor radio. You're right about that, Beth. It does. And also, Lee, let's show everybody the strap on top of this here. It's got this big, wide strap on the top, and I think that's what kind of adds to the whole radio feel of this thing, or like an old-fashioned TV or something. I love the fact that it's in a wood case, because I just like that look. And then this vegan strap on top, vegan leather strap on top of this here is just so cool. This is great for those, those early mornings where it's just cold enough that you don't want to turn on your furnace, but you don't want to have it like hot through the entire house. You just want to do the room you're in. And look how easy this is to control. You've got the 2 functions on the front there, and then when we come back, I'll show you the dials as well. One of the dials is a thermostat, so you just basically rotate that to whatever temperature you want. If you're cold, just keep rotating it till you hear it click. And then the heat's going to come on. By the way, this has two different heat settings on it. One is 750 watts. The other one is 1,500 watts. That is the highest you can get in a heater, an electric heater, okay? 1,500 watts. So this is a full heater on this. No joke with this thing, okay? Look how great that flame effect looks right there. I'm actually going to bring our lights down in a second. I got to go get the buttons to do it, but I'm going to bring our lights down in a second. But right now I've got the flame effect on with the crackling sound, but I don't have the heat on. But if I come around the front here, if I rotate, and you can see there's like a light right here that lets you know that this is on. If I rotate this dial, right there it just kicked on, and then I turn on the actual fan. So right now the fan's blowing, and that's just air coming from there. If I go to this setting, now there's heat coming through here, and then that's 750 watts. This is 1,500 watts when I go up to that setting right there. So this, and we're in Florida. I mean, it's hot already here, so I don't need the extra heat. But you could just see, right now we're enjoying it again with just the flame effect, with just the crackle going on. So now look at the B-roll one more time. The B-roll, listen to me. Look at the video one more time that you're seeing right here. That shows you, I mean, how great this looks in your house. Now let me ask everybody a question out there. If you have a 4-burner stove, okay, and you're cooking on one burner, do you turn the other 3 burners on just for the heck of it? No, of course you don't. You know why? Because it doesn't make sense to do that, okay? Nobody would do that. But that's what you're doing when you turn your furnace on if you're sitting in one room of your house. Think about this for a second. Like most nights, right? If you got the family together, you're like in your living room, you're in your family room, maybe you're in the kitchen eating dinner, or you're in the bedroom just sleeping, okay? Why are you heating up the whole house if you're in that one room? This allows you, because you can carry it around, to do what we call zone heating, which is when you go to one room in the house, you heat just that room, and you can turn your thermostat down lower and save some money. Now, I know a lot of places in the country, I'm looking at everybody in our chat talking about how it's 80 degrees in Illinois right now, and in Kentucky too, and quite frankly, I was in Pennsylvania yesterday morning, and it was hot there too. Here's the thing. We all know it's going to get cold at some point. We all know the temperature is going to drop. You're going to wish you had a heater like this when you go there. I'm going to turn the lights off real quick because I want everybody to be able to see how this looks when there's no light in the room. I'm going to turn one more light off over here. Walking across our massive studio. There we go. All right. Now, take a look at how great that flame effect looks. And what's neat about it is it lights up the entire box on the inside of this. Like you can see that flame, the flames licking behind the logs and going up there. It's almost like a Hollywood special effect that you're seeing there. But remember, as beautiful as this is, as good looking as this is, as cool looking as this is still a high efficiency heater, electric heater at that, okay? 1,500 watts on the high setting, 750 watts on the low setting, or you can just turn the fan on and just have it blowing air through the room. It'll do that as well. It does have the flame effect. It does have the crackling sound effect as well. I think you can hear that. Can you hear that, Lee? Oh, okay. All right. I can hear it as loud as anything here in the studio. The microphone's just not picking it up too well. You know what we should do is somebody bring me the second mic, and I'll put it out here right next to it. You don't even have to bring the lav with it. Just bring the actual mic itself, and just bring up pot number 2, and I'll put it right next to this, and you'll be able. It's going to sound really cool. Trust me on this. Yeah, that's already on. There you go. Trust me, people. This is worth waiting for. Thanks. Thank you, Kelly. Everybody say hi to Kelly. Kelly was just out here. Okay. Now you can hear it. Oh, yeah. See, all we have to do is put that little microphone down there, and you can hear everything. Isn't that cool? And you can turn that off. By the way, if you're one of those people that has to have absolute silence when you're sleeping, you can turn that off. You can have the heater on without the flame effect. You can have the flame effect without the heater on. You can have the crackling on by itself with the flame effect and the heater, or none of the above. There's a lot of different ways you can use this, but the bottom line is at the end of the day, for $74.99, you're getting one of the coolest looking electric heaters that you're ever gonna see. I'll turn that around a little bit. Maybe not that much, there you go. You're gonna get one of the coolest electric heaters that you've ever seen. The most convenient, powerful, 1,500 watts on the high setting, 750 watts on the low setting. Again, 1,500 watts is the maximum you can have in a heater. Just give us a call at 888-247-8712, folks. The number is 888 toll free, 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. Free shipping on this, as with all things that you get from us here at Shop Social TV. It's a good size, too. It's a nice size heater. It's not too small. It measures 11.8 inches in the width by 5.9 inches in the depth, and it stands about 14.5 inches tall. So you're talking about something that is going to give you a nice profile and not too big. I mean, it'll sit on a bedside table. You could set this on a shelf, you know, anywhere you want to put this. It's going to fit in there rather nicely. But again, this is a real functional heater. So you can practice, as we say, zone heating. Don't heat up the whole house. Save some money. Just heat up the rooms that you're in. And because this has that vegan leather strap on top, you can just pick it up, walk from room to room. It only plugs into a 2-prong outlet, okay? So any 2-prong outlet that you want to put it into, it'll work. And most of the outlets in your home are probably that. Look at the way it looks on that kitchen counter right there. You know, you ever get up in the morning and it's freezing when you're making your coffee? Bring this down to the kitchen. Plug it in right there. Take that chill off for you. Love it before bed. You know, and it just has that great flame look. I used to have a fireplace. Kelly and I had a fireplace at our very first townhouse that we lived in, and we've never had one since, and I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of miss it. I try to build a fire any chance I get outside, just because I love that, and I love the crackling sound effect. I think the crackling sound with this makes it, you know. It just sounds so cool to hear that crackling sound. What does Judy say? I love the sound of a crackling fireplace. You can really hear this in person. You really can. I mean, I've got a microphone sitting right next to this right now to pick it up. But if you're just walking around the room, it's subtle, but you do hear it. And I like that. Because, I mean, let's face it, if it was too loud, you wouldn't be able to have a conversation. It would just be overwhelming, okay? But this is just enough that you can hear that. Notice, watch, I have a switch on the back here. I can turn it off. See, I just turned off the crackling sound effect with the switch on the back. But with just a flick again, it comes back on. All right, I'm going to bring the lights back up because I want everybody to be able to look at the beautiful case that this sits in, because I think that is really cool looking too. I think that the wood veneer on this is just amazing. Let's see, which way are you, Lee? There you are. So everybody at home, look at the wood grain on this thing. I mean, it just looks absolutely incredible. Isn't that pretty? That is such a good look, I think, on the side of the, and I like the fact that it's a lighter wood, because I feel like that's going to go with more different decors in people's homes. So I think that that's going to be kind of cool too. But hey, take it to the office with you, you know? You could take this, you know, take it in the RV. My gosh, if you know, if your RV is on shore power, even if it's running off a generator, you can plug this into any outlet. This is going to work off of that too, you know, because it works off of any 2-prong outlet. 1,500 watts on the high setting, 750 on the low setting. And it's got that built-in thermostat here, so you can regulate the amount of heat. It's not like it's just going to keep running. And if you don't know how those thermostats work, although I can't imagine you don't, but if you don't know how the thermostats work, all you've got to do is just turn it up till you hear it click, and you'll feel the heat come on. And then if it's too hot, you just gradually back it down till you hear it click and you hear it go off. It's really simple to do. Laura's just saying how she had a faux fireplace that lasted for years, and they just use it for seasonal decorations now. I understand that. This actually would look kind of cool, I think, as a decoration as well, just because it does have that super realistic fire effect in there. You know, it's funny. I used to sell fireplaces on TV that were made by the Amish a long time ago. And super people, by the way. And what was interesting about those is they had a very realistic flame effect for the time. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm amazed at how far that technology has come and how realistic that looks. Because for my money, this has just got one of the most realistic, you know, that I've ever seen. Look at that. If I just turn off the lights that are in the front of me here, I'm not even turning all of them off. Yes, Kelly's saying Melvin. Melvin was one of the Amish gentlemen that I worked with up there. He was a super nice guy. But look at that, look at how real that looks. Look at this is the part that gets me, is you can see the embers inside there. So I think that looks really cool. I mean, let's face it, life's too short to have an ugly heater, okay? This is a really good heater. No, Lee, I don't think Melvin is watching. Oh, Lee met Melvin too. I forgot about that. Yeah, Lee was with me when we went up to Amish country and shot videos for them. But, you know, so this is one of those things, and Laura made a great point. She says she's in a small townhouse, so space is a premium. Here's the interesting thing about that. You don't have a lot of room to store stuff, but you still need something that's going to be effective for a whole room. That's this guy right here. This little fireplace, I'm telling you, you put this in a bedroom, you put it in your kitchen, even your living room, if you're sitting in there, it's going to heat that whole room up. it's going to do the job for you. It's going to take that chill off, or it's great supplemental heat, because let's face it, everybody has got that one room in their house that's always drafty. You know what I'm talking about? There's that one room that no matter what you do. Now, conversely, there's always that one person out there who's that person that can never get warm. You know who I'm talking about? My grandmother was like that. She kept saying how she got older, she had thin skin, and that she could never, ever get warm. And so she was always having to put on sweaters, or the worst thing was when I went to go visit her, she would just keep turning the heat up. I mean, you know, we're talking about, you know, I don't care what the temperature was outside. It was like 85 degrees indoors all the time because she couldn't get warm. This is something that you could give to that person who's in that situation, and maybe they're just burning through money, literally, because they're turning their thermostat up so high just so they can get warm, okay? This is a great way to turn the thermostat down a little bit, practice that zone heating I was talking about, and be able to heat just the room that you're in, or just the person who needs it instead of heating up the whole house. Judy just said that she's owned a few heaters like this over the years, and I think this is the best one. Oh, yeah, the best ones you've ever bought. I'm going to tell you something. These things are just amazing, all right? So we're going to move on to our next item right now. I hope you took advantage of that for $74.99, because that really is an amazing price on that heater. You just got to give us a call at our toll-free number, 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. You know what I haven't mentioned? I think for the first hour of the show up to this point, I've not said this one time. We offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So it's not like you're going to buy this and you're never going to hear from us again, okay? We offer you a money-back guarantee, so you're going to be able to buy the product, take it home, try it, and if you don't like it, send it back to us. No questions asked. We'll give you your money back as long as you didn't break it. Okay, now, we're moving on to our next item. This is one that is near and dear to my heart. This is our multifunctional spanner socket wrench. I call it the super socket, because this guy right here is going to replace 52 different tools that you have. I'm talking about different wrenches, socket sets, all kinds of different things, okay? That's what it looks like right there. And when you look at that thing, the first thing you're going to see is how cool that looks, number one. The heads on either side of that rotate. This will work on all different types of nuts and bolts, okay? I'm talking about, you know, 4-sided, 5-sided, 6-sided bolts. It'll work on star bolts. It's going to work on spline bolts. This will work on even stripped bolts. I mean, any kind. Not only that, but it will work on both standard and metric as well. So, and here's the cool thing. If you're somebody that knows tools, or you got somebody in your life, they're going to absolutely appreciate what I just said. If you know nothing about tools, then you really need this, because you could literally take this and get this to work with pretty much anything that you've got out there. Now, if you look at this right here, there are two different sides to this, okay? Each side of this has different heads on it right there. Oh, Judy says she has this. She bought it from me. Yeah, absolutely. I love these. That's why I went out and found this one, because I was like, my gosh, I miss selling this. And this is just a tool that I carry in my truck. I have it on my boat. Yeah, the super socket. Now, I want you to see something. Inside of this, there are 12 teeth on each one of these, regardless of how big they are. There's 12 different teeth inside of these. That's what's going to grab onto the nuts, the bolts, you know, even the stripped ones that are kind of rounded on the edges. It's going to grab those. And then you've got 4 more on this side, and these just rotate to get you the size that you want. So let's come over here to the board that we've got. I'm going to go to the largest size on the big one here, and I want you to notice something. Here it's on the standard sizes, and let me see where Lee is. There he is. Here's the standard sizes, and on the other side is the metric. Now notice something. Without me changing anything, this one fits on the 3/4 inch socket here, or 3/4 inch bolt, but it also fits on the 19 millimeter at the same time. I can come down here, and all I'm going to do is just rotate this around. Now I'm on the next smaller size. On this side, it's 11/16, but then the other one over here is 17 millimeters in the metric. Laura just said, are you going to sock it to us? Kelly's out here. She's laughing. I love it. Laura, you're on fire tonight. All right. Here's a 5/8 inch socket. I'm going to rotate this again one more time. I went the wrong direction on that one. There's my 5/8 inch socket right there. But guess what? It also works on a 16 millimeter socket. See, that's what I'm saying, folks, is that this works on a variety. It doesn't matter if it's metric, doesn't matter if it's standard. Ordinarily, you'd have to have 2 of these for each one of these. So we just went through 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, right? So that means that we'd have to have 8 different sockets with us right now to make this fit, and I've got one single tool that's doing it all. Now, I come down to the bottom here, and this is where it gets fun, because now we got the little sizes too. So this one's a 1/2 inch, then we've got 13 millimeter right there. I'm going to rotate it again. Now on this side, I've got the 7/16. On this side, I've got the 11. Sorry, that was 13, the one I just did a second ago. Rotate that around again. Now on this side, we've got 3/8 inch, which also corresponds to 10 millimeter, and one more on here, and you've got the 5/16 that also corresponds to the 8 millimeter. Now, how many do we do? 16. 16 different sizes. Now, the reason we say it replaces 52 different things, though, is because honestly, think about it. When you're talking about 16 that I did right there, okay, we're talking about metric and we're talking about standard all at the same time, okay? And it's going to replace this whole toolkit. And I say that because we counted up all the pieces in this, and it's going to easily replace all of this, all right? All these things on here, the open sockets that are on, the open box wrenches that are on here, the sockets. Oh, deep sockets, okay? This is a deep socket. Now, there's only 2 of them in here, okay? A lot of times you use these for spark plugs and things like that, but there are sockets where they're very, very deep. I'm going to show you something interesting, because if you didn't go out and spend the money to buy a deep socket set, let's say you've got something like this. If I can get this out of here, that's the other thing too. First of all, these are hard to get out of here. The other thing about these is that you'll notice there's a couple pieces missing. People borrow, they never return. Just think about that for a second. Okay, so if I put this in here, and I put it on the end of the socket or the ratchet like it's supposed to be, notice that I can't get to the end of this. So let's say that there was a bolt down here that I was trying to loosen. I can't get to that, so this is where I've got to say, oh, I hope I have a deep socket or I'm going to have to buy a whole set. P.S. That's something I had to do at one point in my life. But watch this guy. This fits all the way through just like that. You see that? It fits all the way through there, and it's grabbing on that right now, so I can turn that. That's one of the great features. I don't have to have a deep socket with these because it goes right through the super socket, okay? Let's go back to our board here for a second because I want to show you something fun about this too. Laura just said we're having lots of fun tonight. We are, aren't we? I'm having a good time. I love presenting stuff like this. Okay, I want to show you a little secret about this. So if I get, let me get the right size on here. Okay, so let's say that there's a wall here. All right, now as this is, I can go 360 degrees all the way around like that. But if there's a wall here, I can go this far. I don't have to take this off to go and do another turn. I can actually bring this down like this and then bring it around again. And I can bring it down like this and I can bring it around again. Okay, see how easy that was? Now, what if I only had access to the nut or the bolt I was trying to get from straight on? Maybe it's in an engine compartment. Check this out. I can do this and put it in here like this and just use this straight up and down. I mean, it's literally that simple to do. So you get so many different ways that you can use these, so many choices on how you can use these. Now, this is only $19.99 to get one of these. $19.99 to get one of these devices at home, the super socket to your house, okay? This is going to be the Christmas present this year, especially at $19.99. Because if you feel this in your hand, this is made of a high-quality chromium vanadium, okay? That is a very high-strength steel. This is a good tool. This is a good piece of kit, as they say. When you feel this in your hand, it feels substantial, okay? So that's good. Oh, did you catch Kelly there? Kelly ran by. Did you guys see her at home? Kelly just ran by. We caught like her ponytail. She was like dashing through the frame there. She didn't know what was going on. I could have warned her, but it was more fun to see her run through. Anyway, so now let's see. What's Judy saying? How about opening the socket case up and it's upside down? Oh my gosh, and the sockets fall out. Yes, amen to that. That's happened to me more times than I want to think about. Well, and you know, the other thing too is that have you ever, let's say, you know, a couple months after you buy a socket set, you open it up. Is everything still in there? Because chances are it's not going to be. For this price at night, you know, and by the way, this didn't cost $19.99 to get this whole kit that is sitting here in my hands. This did not cost $19.99, okay? For $19.99, you're getting the one tool that's going to replace all of this. And the size of this is so compact. I have one under my back seat in my truck. Kelly's got one under the back seat in her Jeep, and we carry one in my boat bag. Because you never know what size you're going to need. And let's face it, you can't have the luxury of bringing a whole big toolkit with you everywhere you go. But right here, you essentially have an entire toolkit in your hands when you buy the super socket. It's incredibly well made. I'm going to show you one more time the ways you can use this. Now, you can use this, and again, this will work on any size bolt, or any type of bolt. 4-sided, 5-sided, 6-sided bolts. It's going to work on star bolts. It's going to work on spline bolts. You could use this on stripped bolts. That's the big one, strips, nuts, and bolts. You don't have to buy a special tool for that. Now remember, I can go all the way around like I'm doing here, okay? I can also go halfway and bring it this way. So if there's a wall or something, you know, that's blocking me, I can do that. Or again, I can just use it straight on like this and rotate it just like that. Let's say it's in an engine compartment or someplace small where I can't get in there. Laura said that she just saw Kelly dashing through the frame. Whoosh. Yep, she did. She ran right through there too. It's like a blur going by. It's like those cartoons you watch in the morning. Just whoosh, she just goes by. But this is a great piece of equipment. This is, and you know, and folks, to be honest with you, that's kind of what I'm trying to do here, is bring you things that I like, that I think you're going to like too, that are going to make your life better, because they made my life better. And this is certainly one of those tools. This is one that I reach for every chance I get, because I don't like to carry the big toolkit with me. And I'll try this before I'll do anything else. You know what else this works on? The plug on my boat. When I have to drain it, it's a square, it's a four-sided nut. There's no other way to get that thing off of there. This thing is perfect for that, because they'll try to sell you a special tool for it. Not going to do it. I'm going to use this. Okay, we're going to move on. We're in the second hour already of our show tonight, folks, and I think that you are going to love this. This is a multi-function automotive grab handle right here. I call it the Handy Helper, because this is going to help you get in and out of your vehicle. It works on any size car. Could be a big truck, could be a little tiny sports car. Doesn't matter the make or the model on this, as long as your car has a strike plate mounted to the column, that pillar you see between the front and back doors. Because that's the strongest point on the car, and that's where the Handy Helper is going to attach. Now, it's $24.99 for one of these. It's free shipping on these. This will hold up to 400 pounds. So you don't have to worry about how big or how small you are. This is going to help you get in and out of your vehicle, no matter how big or small that is. And it has 3 different functions that it does. So let me show you this guy right here. I'm going to turn this sideways so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So this is the strike plate that is on 99% of the cars in the world, okay? When you shut your door, it latches onto this. So think about this. The pillar that this attaches to is one of the strongest points of the entire vehicle, because God forbid your car flips over on its roof. The pillar this is mounted to has to hold the entire weight of the vehicle, okay? So it's very, very strong, all right? But when the doors open, there's nothing there. This is just this piece of metal that's sticking out like this that just happens to be incredibly strong. If you look at the Handy Helper, the way it's built, it has this part here that we call the beak, right? There's a little notch right in here, and then it's got this big foam handle on here. And this is a very, very cushy, ergonomic foam handle, all right? All you do is put that in there, and it kind of locks into place. If I turn it even more sideways, see the way that, I mean, that's in there. That little notch grabs onto that, and then you push down, and it presses against the strike plate, okay? Then you put your weight on this to either get in or get out of the vehicle. And this will hold up to 400 pounds of weight, and comfortably too, might I say, because the cushioning on this is the best I've ever seen on any one of these. And I used to sell an older version of this, and it did not have this kind of cushioning on there. Now, Laura's saying that she had an older version of this, and it came in handy when her lupus flared up. You know, and that's exactly what this is for, because people think immediately, it's got to be a senior citizen that's using this. It's got to be somebody that's older. Not necessarily, because there are people that have hip pain, back pain, knee pain, okay? They need the Handy Helper if that's the case. Pregnant women love these to help them get in and out of the car. I mean, it's really great the way. 2 more things I want to mention about this, though, before we got a video we're going to show you in a second of it in use with a very good-looking man. There's 2 features on this I haven't talked about yet. One is I showed you how it grabs onto the car, right, and you put it into the strike plate. The other one is, if you notice the beak on this, and that's what that part's called, that aluminum piece right there, solid aluminum right here, it comes to a point. That's to break the windows on your car, okay? You hit the window, because your windows on your car, the side windows, are tempered glass. So they're going to shatter, but they're not going to, like, cut you, all right? You hit that, and it shatters the glass. So that'll help you get out of the car. God forbid you get into an accident. The other thing is right here, it's orange because there's a cover over that. You don't even really need that cover in there. I'm going to pull that off. That's a razor that's in there that will cut your seatbelts. And if you notice, there's a slot that will guide this. And I can't get cut by this, by the way. If I could, I would. Trust me, I'm that guy, okay? But this will go over your seatbelt, and it is going to slice through that seatbelt like a hot knife through butter, okay? So 3 different things. Helps you get in and out of the vehicle, breaks the windows, cuts the seatbelts. Take a look at this video. This is your car handle assist, and it's going to help you get in and out of any vehicle, whether it's a full-size pickup truck or a tiny little car, because they all have this that closes the door right there. Okay, this is the latch that the door is going to close on. It's called a strike plate. Now, notice the car handle assist has what we call a beak on the end of it, and this is all metal. That fits in here, and it actually locks into place. There's a little cutout right there that puts this in there so that it locks in, all right, once it's in place. Now, this is the strongest point on the car right there, and that's why your car handle assist will hold up to 400 pounds. And I want you to notice it has a nice foam handle on it. You grip this, and then you can put your weight on this and use it to get out of the vehicle. Now, you can also use it to get in the vehicle, because some people have a tendency, if it's a smaller car, to just drop into it. All I'm going to do is just use that to push my body weight up there and help me get into the car, okay? And it's not just for people that are older, it's for anyone that's maybe had an injury recently, recovering from surgery, someone who's pregnant, many, many ways that you can use this. A couple other features on this I want to show you real quick, okay? The other thing about this is the beak that's on there is going to break the windows. God forbid you ever get into an accident, this is going to help you break that window. Then this part right here that has that little orange cap on there, if I pull that off of this, that's a seatbelt cutter right there. Now, this is recessed, so you're not going to cut yourself on it, but that will slice through your seatbelt to help you get out of the vehicle. So this is the Carcane. I think that guy's got a future in television. I honestly do. Does a good job. Anyway, so you could see exactly how that works, how it makes sense to have that. You know, if it's someone who's getting on in years, they can't get in and out of their vehicle. If it's someone who's had an injury, recovering from surgery, somebody who's got bad hips, bad back, you know, bad knees, this is great for them. It's great for anyone who's expecting a child. They love it as well. You know, if it's somebody who's small that's trying to get up into a big truck, you can actually use it to pull yourself up by grabbing it from the bottom like that. You know, there's some people that don't have a problem necessarily getting out of a car, but it's getting into the car. And what they'll try to do is they'll try to grab the door, God forbid, and they try to grab the handle that's inside some of the cars. The problem is that as you go in, you're reaching behind yourself, and you're grabbing a door, and the minute your weight goes on that door, it's going to try and slam shut on you, okay? Or if you're getting out and you grab on the door, it's going to try to slam shut, and that handle's always behind you. It's just a really bad place to put them. This just makes sense. It's the handle that every single car should have come with. And I'm going to tell you right now, you know, I don't say this all the time, although I'm saying it more often now that I'm retired, but I used to be in law enforcement, and I got to tell you something. I can't tell you the number of times I've seen accidents where people were trapped in their cars because they didn't have something to break the windows. This does. They were trapped in the car, they got the door open, they couldn't get out of the seatbelt because they get jammed after an accident sometimes. This cuts the seatbelt, okay? These are the things that you want to have in your car for an emergency, but for day-to-day use, the fact that you can put this right into that strike plate on the door and then use this, grab this, and put your weight up to 400 pounds on this to get in and out of the car is a big deal. Getting in the car, you know, don't underplay that. Because it's funny, my mom just got a new vehicle. She's leasing a car, right? And we were talking about different cars that she was looking at, and she said, I got to have one where I can basically just slide in and out of the seat. Because, a little small car, she can't get in anymore because she just kind of falls into them. And, you know, part of the problem is that you don't have anything to grab onto, and that's where this comes into play. The funny thing is I gave her one of these years ago, one that I used to sell. This one is actually better. I like this one more than what I used to sell just because it does have that cushion grip on this. The foam on this thing, you see as I squeeze this is nice thick foam on here. This is going to feel great in your hands. You know, has anybody else noticed that as you get older, like the fat in the palms of your hands and the bottom of your feet is not what it used to be? So when you put your weight on your hands or your feet, sometimes it hurts. This is going to alleviate that problem too because this has got that nice, soft, cushiony grip on here. And it's a very small size. So this will fit in the little cubby on the side of your door. You can put this in your center console, your glove compartment. If you've got a significant other that also could benefit from this, buy two of these right now at this price at $24.99 with the free shipping on these. They do come in these boxes, so if you wanted to give this as a gift to somebody, you absolutely could give this as a gift because it is in a nice retail box right here. They call it the Carm Armrest. I'm not sure why. But this is something that everybody out there is going to be able to benefit from at some time or another. Now, another thing, if you're a caregiver or you know somebody that's a caregiver, okay, get this for them. Simply because when my aunt was still alive and she lived in an assisted living facility, I would go over there and I would stop her and I would pick her up sometimes. And Judy's saying that she's noticed about the hands and the feet hurting more as you get older because there's not as much fat there as there used to be. It's a thing. But with my aunt, you know, when I would go pick her up there, I had one of these that I kept on her side of the car, on the passenger side door, especially for when I picked her up. And I would take her on outings and things like that so that I could get her in and out of the vehicle. And it made my life so much easier because you got to think about this too. If you're a caregiver, you know someone who is, as folks get older, their skin becomes more and more frail. You can tear somebody's skin if you're holding onto their arm and they start to go, because the top layers of it get really thin, okay? That's one problem. The other problem is you could actually hurt a joint or break something, helping them in and out of the vehicle. It's so much better to have something like this where they can do it at their pace and in their own way. Now, if you got somebody in your life that you know needs this, because like my grandmother, she stopped going out after a while because it was taking her forever to get in and out of the car. It was just too painful for her. This is something that's going to help give back the independence to people like that. They're going to be able to go out. They're going to be able to come out on family outings. They're not going to feel embarrassed. This is going to help them get in and out of that vehicle because this is that handle that every vehicle should have. And remember, this is where the door closes on the car. Every single car, 99% of them have that, okay? Your door latches onto this. This is mounted to one of the strongest points on the car. The handy helper is made to go into that, to lock into place with that notch you see right there, and give you that support, that handle that everybody needs to get in and out of the car. Big cars, little cars, trucks, it doesn't matter. It's going to work with them. Also, remember, you got the beak on the front here. Hit it real. You don't even have to hit hard because it comes to a point, it focuses all the energy right there. That will break a window if you just tap it, a car window. I wanted to demonstrate that for people, then I realized that I couldn't afford to replace the window. So that'll work there. And then you've got the seatbelt cutter, which is that little notch right there. And that's going to cut through those seatbelts like a hot knife through butter. If you've ever tried to cut through a seatbelt with a regular knife, it's almost impossible because it's like trying to herd cats, you know what I mean? It's got a mind of its own. It doesn't want to stay there, okay? So take advantage of this one, $24.99. Give us a call right now, 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. Talk to one of our friendly operators. If you're lucky, you'll get to talk to Taylor, and you will be able to place your order for the handy helper or anything else you've seen on our show tonight. Now, we're moving on to something. It's party time here at Shop Social TV. We've got another item coming up right now, and this is one of my personal favorites that I curated myself because I'm the party guy. It's the Margaritaville LED Tiki Torch Bluetooth Speaker 2-pack. So when you buy this for $54.99, and again, I encourage you to go out and compare prices on these things because our price is crazy. $54.99 with free shipping. This is a pair of Bluetooth stereo speakers that you connect to your phone or your tablet or whatever device it is that you're using. It gives you amazing Bluetooth sound, but they also look like a tiki torch and they have different colors that they do. So let me show you how these work, okay? I'm going to show you the top of one real quick because I want you to just see what the top of this looks like, okay? So these are USB rechargeable. There's a little flap back here. We give you 2 cables with this to plug these into any USB charger. They hold a charge for a long time, and I'll tell you how long in just a minute here. Oh, actually, it says that on the screen right now. Up to 11 hours of lighting if you just use the lights, 22 hours of music, or 7 hours if you have both the lights and the music, okay? The buttons on top of this, that's the power button right there. These are the buttons that do both volume control and skip back and forward on the tracks, and there's your play pause button, okay? The one in the middle, that's what controls the lighting. So if I press this button in the back, the power button, and hold it, okay, you heard that one come on. I'm going to go to the one that's in front of the table here. I'm going to turn that one on. Now, these are already paired to each other, okay? I got both of these on right now. Watch what I'm going to do. If I come to the one that's here on the table and I press this button on top, it's going to start lighting effects. Now, what's neat about this is you're going to see right away how this has different colors of lights that it goes through. All these different colors of lights that you're going to see on here, okay? And these two things are connected right now. I can see that the two of them are connected. So they're both doing the same colors. I can control both of these from this guy right back here, okay? Now watch this. So right now it's going through the color changing mode, and it's just going to do all the colors. If I press it again, you're going to see that they're going to start going through different colors. Now they're a little out of sync right now, but that's okay because they'll get back in sync in a minute. Watch what I can do here as I go through all these colors and get them all lit up together. They do white, but then they also do, let me just jump this guy ahead one click so he gets, there we go. Oh, see, they talk to each other. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to play some music for you now because I want everybody at home to hear. I've already paired these with my phone. Now listen to the sound that comes off of these. Now, the microphone is looking for my voice. It's not looking for background noise, so it's not going to sound as loud. But I'm going to tell you something. Here in our studio, these things are crazy, crazy loud. The one in front of me here is actually doing the flame effect, which is kind of cool. And yes, the sound coming off of these is in stereo, which is kind of neat. And I can change, and again, I can press the button on either one of these and change the lighting effect to whatever I want, okay? Which I think is kind of neat. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you, if I stop the music back here, it stops on both, right? If I press the power button on the one in the back, watch this. They're both going to go off. If I press the power button on the one back here, now I do have to turn the second one on as well, but watch what happens. I'll turn this guy on, and in a second you're going to hear them sync up together, and they do play like a little chime, so you'll know they're synced right now, okay? They are both synced up. Now watch this. I'm going to do the flame effect or do the colors again, and notice now they're totally in sync. So in the first button press, they're going to go through all the colors, right? And there's a bunch of different colors on here. And this effect, it just kind of randomly does the colors by itself. If I press the button again, now I can select what color I want. And I can leave them the colors that you see here. So this is red. This one is going to be your green. I'm going to bring the lights down too. You know what, Lee? I'm going to bring the lights down because I want everybody to really be able to see these. Because these are really cool. Watch this. Take all the lights down in here. I'm going to turn this one off too. Because you can do individual colors. So let's say for St. Patrick's Day, I just wanted to have this color right here, the green. Press it again. It's going to go blue. Press it again. They're both going to be sort of a light yellow. Press it again. They're both purple. One more time. We've got a different shade of blue. Now they go to white. You can have a white light if you want one. You can absolutely do the white. Press it again. Now, this is kind of cool. This has a rainbow flame, which is something I've never seen before. So you've got this really neat looking rainbow flame effect that I think looks so cool. But then we can do a traditional tiki torch effect like that. So if you wanted to use these just as tiki torches, you can. Now, one thing I should mention. You'll notice the one here sitting on top of the table. The one in front of me on the ground is actually in a flower pot because these come with a 3-foot stake that you can stake them into the ground as well. So you can use them like this, as you see right here. Or you can use them in the ground or a flower pot or wherever you want to, staked into the ground as well. You have a choice of using it either way you want to. That's a great shot, Lee. Take a look at that. And you can see how that one is staked into the ground in front of me. Now, they're sitting here. They are connected by Bluetooth to my phone. And you can hear the quality of the sound on these is just outrageous, how good these sound. They're only $54.99, and this is one of those products where, again, I'm going to tell you, go online. I want you to look for the Margaritaville branded LED tiki torches and see if you can find them cheaper with free shipping. $54.99, free shipping on these guys. Order now, 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712, and place your order for these guys, because this is one that I personally picked. I said, you know what? We have got to get these in our show. They do come with this beautiful box right here. It's a retail box, so you're going to be able to give these as a gift. It's almost a bow and go, I say, just because this box is so good looking here. And look at how long these last off of one charge. If you just use the Bluetooth speaker alone, right, you can get 11 hours of lighting from them. If you just use the tiki torch effect on there, just the lighting effects. You can get 22 hours of music if you're not using the light effect. And if you use both, if you want to do what I'm doing right now, which is have this cool tiki torch going on with the Bluetooth music, you get out of that 7 hours. Who's partying for 7 hours? If that's you, I want to hang with you, buddy. Now, if I press the button, one quick press, it advances to the next track. See the way I did that? So I can literally control these right from the top of the Tiki Torch and go to the next track of music. If I press and hold, I can make it louder. Or if I do the minus button, press and hold, it makes it quieter. Or if I press the button, just give it a quick press, it jumps to the previous track. Super simple to do. It's all, and the thing is, they're paired to each other. So even if I use the controls on the one down in front of the table, it'll control this one and vice versa. So they talk to each other, and it's real stereo sound, left and right side. So if you're sitting in the middle of these, you get a really, really cool stereo sound effect going on from these guys. I mean, it's just really, really nice. And the deal on this is amazing. I have spent more money for a single Bluetooth speaker for $54.99. I've spent more money just for one. And here you're getting a set, and not just speakers, which are good speakers too. The quality and the fidelity is really nice. But you're getting the Tiki Torch effect as well. Let's go to the next track. Here we go. Here's your island party right there, people. Listen to that. Who wants to get up and dance? You can't see me, but I'm dancing back here. I'm probably doing you a favor so that you can't see me. Oh, no, you don't, Lee. Look at that. Now, remember, I can change the lighting effect from back here. I can turn them off. I can change the colors. It's going to go through color changing mode now, where it goes through all the colors. I think that's pretty cool. Look at that. I can choose a color. Maybe I want red for Valentine's Day. Maybe I want green for St. Patrick's Day. You know, we want the blue for some blue holiday. I'm not sure what that would be for. So many different looks. What'd you say? I can't hear you. Leap Day? Did you say Leap Day? Oh, okay. Lee says it's for Leap Day. All right, back to the music. Laura's saying boogie. There's the purple. So, you know, you've got all your colors, but then it's going to go to white. So if you really want like a traditional white light to light up your backyard, you can 100% do that with these. I like this one. This is the rainbow flame effect, where all the colors are just dancing around inside. I don't know how they do that. I've never seen that before, but that is super cool. And then we got that traditional Tiki Torch flame effect, which is very realistic looking and actually throws off a lot of light. Remember, it can be tabletop like this one, or it can go on the included 3-foot stakes. You get 2 stakes with this that just screw into the bottom of it, and you can stick them into the ground that way. So a lot of different ways that you could use these guys. I love them. I think the look on these is great. They're made by Margaritaville. They're branded Margaritaville. And again, they are Bluetooth, and they sound amazing. And once you get them paired to your phone, you can control them from your phone. You can control them from right here on top on the control panel that's on both of these, as you see right there, and that lights up as well. So if it's dark out, you can totally see that and see exactly what you're doing. And then when you're done partying with these, you just plug them into any USB charger and recharge them. And again, they last a long time. 11 hours of just straight light. You can do 22 hours of just music if you're not, you know, having the effect on there. Or you can do both music and the lighting effect and get 7 hours. And that's a whole day of party. Take them to the beach. If you're an RVer, take these with you when you're going on your trips and put them on your campsite. These are going to look absolutely amazing. Kelly and I, when we lived on the water, we actually had some loungers, and we had a couple of tables on the sides of them. And we would put one on either side of us and listen to music through them. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm thinking about it now. They got destroyed by Hurricane Helene last year. The ones we had, we paid a ton more money than this for 2 of them because we bought them individually. Didn't sell them in a pair. So we spent a lot of money on them. In this case, for $54.99, you're getting the set that you see right here. It comes in 1 box. You do get 2 3-foot stakes that you can choose to use or not, or just set them on a tabletop like this, on a railing, you know, any place you want to. You can use them indoors. You can use them outdoors if you want to. And if I stop the music, you can just have that flame effect just like that as well. I mean, it's entirely up to you how you want to use them. And the neat thing is that 3-foot stake is a perfect height too. Because if you're sitting down, it's going to be like just at that height right next to you, even if you just stake it into the ground, or put them like on either side of your walkway if you're having a tiki party when people are coming up there and they can kind of see the house. But the big deal with these guys is that it's got the lighting effect. It's got the beautiful Bluetooth sound from these. I mean, these are just really cool. I'm going to bring the lights back up real quick just so everybody can see these, what they look like. They do have a black finish on them, and as you can see, they do have that Margaritaville logo right there, so these are fully branded and licensed. True wireless pairing on these. You don't have to connect any wires to these when you're using these. They are IPX6 waterproof rating, which means that you don't want to dunk them in water, but if they get wet while they're working outside, if it rains or something, they're going to be okay as well. Oh, I like that. Oh, I thought Judy was saying you could use these on a picnic table, which you could. She was asking my wife, Kelly, if we ever got rid of the picnic table. Funny story. For people who don't know, who just tuning into us here at Shop Social TV, we own a house on the water, which just finished getting repaired from Hurricane Helene a year ago. And a picnic table, big one, like the kind that comes from a park, like a city park, you know, washed up on our lawn. From the hurricane. No idea where it came from. We tried to find somebody who lost it and couldn't, so we finally got rid of it. We had it for about 11 months. We finally got rid of that table. So, but these right here, great addition to any backyard, any camping trip, any beach trip, you know, any RV trip, or just for hanging out in the backyard and having a party. These are your Margaritaville speakers, fully Bluetooth, great sound, lots of lighting effects on these, and they're going to last a really long time. Okay, we're going to move on to our next item. Again, if you want those, $54.99, 888-247-8712 is the number. Here's the next item that we have coming up, and I'm going to be honest with you. This is one that, as they say, just like your credit card, don't leave home without it. This is the same kind of thing. What we're talking about here is the solar charger power battery bank, okay? What's neat about this thing is that you can recharge it from a traditional power source, meaning any USB charger that you might happen to own, or in a pinch, let's say in a hurricane or a blackout of some sort, or, you know, an ice storm where the power goes out, you can use the sun to recharge this thing. And here's the reason why I got this particular one. 27,000 milliamp hours, friends. 27,000 milliamp hours. We are talking about something that could charge my cell phone. Here's my cell phone. It's one of the largest cell phones that you can get, okay? This thing, I almost broke it. This thing is a beast, okay? It has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery on this. I can go almost 2 days with my cell phone because the battery's so big in it. Here's the problem. There are very few portable chargers that could recharge this cell phone more than once, okay? This could charge this cell phone over 5 times. Over 5 times. In fact, I can hook up 3 different devices to this if I want to and charge them all at the same time. So you could do your kids' gaming systems, okay, if you're on a road trip. You can do your cell phones. You could do your tablets. You could do a laptop if you wanted to in this. I mean, this has got that big of a battery. Let me show you the features on here, okay? So when you look at it down here, you're going to see right away, that's the giant solar panel that's on top of this. You let this sit in the sun, and this is just soaking up that free energy from the sun the whole time it's sitting out there, okay? The case on this is a really nice rubberized case, okay? So if you drop this, it's going to be okay. The sides on this are easy grip as well, so you're not going to lose it that way. There's a button right here that activates all the different features. I'm going to show you this real quick. If I press that button one time, right here are some blue LEDs you can see underneath my finger right there. There's 4 of them. They show you the charge state of this. When all 4 are lit, obviously that's 100% charge that's on here. All right. Here's a secret about this one. It has built-in flashlights. So if I press and hold that power button one time, whoa, that just killed the camera. Look at that. That's 2 different lights that are on there that are just bathing that camera in light right now. And it's getting the power, obviously, from the 27,000 hour milliamps on here. Press it again, it's going to tap out SOS. That's what that is right there. Any first responder worth their salt is going to know exactly what that means. If you're on a boat, Coast Guard certainly knows what that means. And then if I press that again, I'm going to turn it away from the camera a little bit because I know some people are sensitive to strobe lights. There's a strobe light effect on here as well. Okay, I'm only going to do that for a second. But it can strobe as well. And that's great to get people's attention if your car breaks down on the side of the road, you want to put this on the roof of the car or on the street, or you want to ward off an animal. Now here's the little secret about this though. Look at the back of this. Do you see what's going on here? It has built-in cables. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I didn't bring the cable to charge my cell phone. And it has a USB-C cable right there that'll charge anything with the USB-C connection. A lot of Android phones have that. It has a lightning cable for your Apple products out there. If you've got some of the older Apple phones, it's going to charge that. And then this cable right here, this is actually kind of ingenious. It has a USB-A connection there to actually recharge this from a USB charger without having to bring a cable for this as well. So that's kind of cool, right? But then wait, we're not done yet, guys. I know it's taken a long time to talk about this one, but there's just so many features. Right here is a watertight door that shows you there's even more connections. There are 2 USB-A connections and another USB-C connection, all of that together in one tiny unit. I mean, granted, it is bigger than some of the chargers you're going to come across out there, but the battery banks that are out there, but it's worth it because this is a beast. Now, I want you to think about something. We're charging $59.99 for this, so it's just under $60, a shade under 60 bucks. You could go out and buy some of those 10,000 milliamp hour ones and spend $20, $25, $30 on those. Here's the thing about those guys. If you buy those, right, how many of those would you have to equal what this one will do? 3. So now all of a sudden, that's not such a great deal. Plus, you're carrying 3 separate devices with you. When you buy this, you're getting the flashlights built in. You're getting the solar. You don't get solar for this inexpensive price, okay? You do here at Shop Social TV, though. You're getting the cables built into the back of this right there. So you don't even have to worry about not bringing your cables with you. You got the flashlights, and you can plug other devices in there at the same time. So let's say that I wanted to charge like this lantern that's sitting right here. Now, I've got a cable for it, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this guy around. I'm just going to take this cable, plug it in here, and now we've got a fan over here, and this one is actually USB-C. I'm going to plug that in right there, and look at that. Everything is charging all at the same time by using this. And here's the best part. If we're in a situation where I don't have any power, okay, what I'm going to do is, like when I say no power, I'm like, in a blackout situation. Like when we had the last hurricane, we didn't have power for a week, okay? And actually, truth be told, I said we didn't have power for a week. Our house didn't have power for how many months, Kelly? 10 months? 12 months. We didn't have power in our house for 12 months, okay? Because it got destroyed and had to be rewired. That's a whole different story. But this is going to give you the ability to recharge this from that solar panel that's on there as well. So if you can't get to a power source, you can recharge this from a solar panel as well, which I think is it just makes this, okay? Now I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to unplug this guy. Which one does this go to? It goes to this lantern. Okay, watch this. I'm going to unplug that. And let's say that I didn't have this cable, all right? Well, that's okay because I don't need that cable. What I can do is I can take the cable that's built into this guy and plug that in there. And again, it's two-sided here, so I can just take this. I've got one thing plugged into one side. I plug this in over here, just like this. Whoops, and I'm dropping everything. Notice it's durable. It's durable. Look at that. So now I'm using one of the included cables and putting there. Laura just said charge. She's half asleep, but she's on fire. She's in fuego tonight with the comments. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So give us a call right now at 888-247-8712. Folks, if you've never seen us here at Shop Social TV, we've been on the air for several months now. A lot of happy customers here at Shop Social TV. We offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. We have operators standing by right now. Free shipping on everything that you've seen here this evening, including the solar battery pack that you're looking at right now. Now, you can recharge this. Remember what I said. If you've got power, and you just want to recharge this from a regular power source, you can 100% do that, but you don't have to. It gives you the ability to be out in the middle of nowhere and use that solar charger. This is great for people that go boating. Like if you're one of those people that goes out really, really far for the whole weekend, this is great for you to recharge all your devices. If you're a camper, if it's somebody who's a hiker, this is great for them as well. I like this because if you're on a road trip, you're not fighting to try and get an outlet in a vehicle to charge something. You can actually use this guy right here to be able to charge whatever it is that you're using. And it's 27,000 milliamp hours. All right, so I want you to think about that for a second. 27,000 milliamp hours is a lot. As I mentioned earlier, my giant massive cell phone back here, all right, is only 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Wow, that's hard for me to say, or easy for me to say. I'm not sure which. But it has that battery built in there, folks, that, this will recharge my cell phone 5 times. Think about that for a second. I've never had a charger that would do that. And then when I'm done charging stuff, all I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug this fan that I'm recharging over here. We've got a rechargeable fan over here. I'm going to close that door, and now I've made that watertight again. And then I'm going to unplug this lantern that's been charging here for the last couple minutes. And I want to show you. So there's the cord that's included. It comes with that cord, and that just folds right in. And notice it folds flush. Like everything folds flat. So this is the profile right here. This is the complete size of this thing that you're going to have to store. So listen to this for a second. If you have an iPhone 15, it'll charge that 7 times. And you can see right now it's glowing green because it's fully charged. You see a little green sun on there? It's fully charged, all right? So you can charge your iPhone 15 7 times. And a Galaxy S23 Ultra, if you had one of those, 6 times. And then it gives you 7 days of reliable power on a single charge. So we're talking about, you know, you plug this in, you're getting a week of power out of this thing on any of those devices because they last about a day a piece, all right? Now, this does have a fast charger as well. So when you plug devices into this, they're going to charge faster than they would off of most of the power banks that are out there. It does a really, really great job of that. And, you know, we're talking about 7 to 8 hours of recharging on this as well. So this is just great. It's great for your outdoor activities, all sorts of things that you might want to do when you're camping, you're fishing, you're hunting for those blackouts, or just, you know, just to carry with you so that you can just plug in your devices, especially if you're on a plane on a long trip. A lot of planes don't have chargers in them. I fly a certain airline that I go back and forth to Pennsylvania a lot, doesn't have a charger. All right, this is great to have when you're on those trips. All right, so $59.99 on that guy right there, full of features. But we're going to move on to our next item coming up right now. This is one that we haven't seen in a couple weeks, I feel like, but it's one that is near and dear to my heart. This is the muscle massage gun, okay? It is a compact design. It is incredibly well made, and it is quiet. This is going to have 5 different speed options on here. You know what's funny to me? It always says 5 speeds, but it really has 6. I don't know. For some reason, they're not counting the lowest speed on here. It's fully rechargeable. You get 4 different massage heads with this for different uses, which I love. And this is something that is going to give you a deep tissue massage. Even though it's compact, it's small in size here, this thing packs a punch. I'm telling you right now, like when you use this, it feels incredibly good. So let me tell you about the different heads that come on here, and I'll show you how. By the way, you are getting a charging cable with this as well. So you just plug this into any USB charger. It'll fully charge the device itself. So 4 different heads come with this. You've got the large head you're looking at right here. It's a foam. It's like a hard foam that this is. This feels amazing. This is for all your large muscle groups, okay? Then you've got the little pointy tip right here. That little pointy tip is for your joints. You got sore knees, sore fingers, sore wrists, whatever. That's for your joints. That's going to get in there and really just kind of give you that deep massage. This tip has a head on it that has different textures all over the place. If I tip this forward, you'll see what I'm talking about. See the little balls on the tip of that? So it's got different texture on there, and that is going to be for just about any part of the body you want to use it on. It's just a really nice feeling massage from that. And then the U-shaped one is for your vertebrae around your spine. And you use that and you go up and down your back, and that's going to help make those feel better as well. Now, I'm going to show you how this works. On the back of this, if I turn this toward the camera, you're going to see, if I can find an angle where there's no glare. There we go. All right, there's one button, power button right there. You press and hold that button, and it turns it on. Okay? Now it's on the lowest speed. You're going to see there's 6 speeds. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. I'm going to tip it forward a little bit. It's easier to see like that, I think. 4, 5, and 6, right? Press it again, it'll go back to 1. Press and hold, it turns it off. If I give it a quick tap, it shows you how much power it has right now. It's at 99%, okay? Quick tap, 99%. I'm going to turn it on, and I want to show you something about this. So when it starts, you can see that the ball's moving, right? But it's not going very, very fast. That's because there's no pressure on it, because when you put this against your body, you don't want it to be going fast just yet. But the minute it feels pressure pressed against it, see the difference? So when there's no pressure on it, it's a little bit slower until you push it up against your body, and then you say, all right, let's get at it. And you put that in there. Now, the sound you're hearing is not the device itself, because right now, if I'm not touching the table, you can't hardly hear that. What you're really hearing is it hitting my hand right now, okay? That sound you heard before was actually the whole table vibrating, because this thing is powerful. Now, this actually has quiet glide technology, which means You don't hear any sound coming from the actual motor or any of the gears on here. You don't hear anything from there. What you're hearing is the sound of this pummeling my hand right now, which feels amazing. So if my forearm were sore, I would just use this up and down my forearm like this, and you could see the massage that that's giving right now. I mean, that is really getting in there. Here's the interesting thing about a deep tissue massage. A deep tissue massage will help alleviate pain. It relieves tension. It targets those sore muscles, and believe it or not, it improves circulation by doing this. Laura, you're on fire. She said good vibrations. It's the truth, too. These are great vibrations. That's how this feels. Wow. Now, Charlene's asking, how long does it take for the massager to recharge? Well, let's ask Lee, because he recharged this one today. Lee, how long did it take? About an hour. Lee says it took about an hour. Now, I don't know if it was fully discharged. I don't think it was. I'm not sure. All right, so it was all the way down to 30%. He got it back up to 99%, as you saw, in about an hour or so. So let's just say that, you know, just to be safe, let's give it an hour and a half, 2 hours, you know? But he did it in an hour from 30%. So to me, that's pretty darn quick. And it holds the charge for a while, too. Now, right now, I've still got it on 1. Watch this, though. I'm going to go all the way up. Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Lee just made a great point. He was just, for folks who don't know at home, I can hear him in my ear. I'm wearing an earpiece. He just said that this was actually the first time that we've charged it since we started selling this. And I think, Lee, we've been selling this for like 2 months. Yeah, on and off for 2 months. We don't sell it every show, but every once in a while we'll bring it out. And I'm telling you, it's been a couple months since we recharged it. And I use it for, 10, 15 minutes every time we do a show. Look at this. Ooh. Oh, and Lee uses this after he plays tennis. So that tells you, and Lee is a younger man, and he's using this. So you could just tells you, he really gets in there and loosens up those muscles. So, oh gosh, Judy just said something about me getting this. For Kelly? Is that what she said? I missed the comment. I'm sorry, Judy. I'm too busy sitting here enjoying my massage. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kelly said her back hurt from working at her house all day. We're getting ready to put our house, the one that got flooded, back on the market because, believe it or not, it was under contract when the storm hit. That's my luck right there. But we're getting ready to put it back on the market, so hopefully it'll sell quickly. But Kelly was there doing work all day. All right, here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to turn around. Lee, I'm going to put it on my shoulder. Actually, I'm not even going to turn around. I'm just going to do, oh, my goodness. Oh, my. Can you hear that in my voice, Lee? I mean, this thing, wow. Yeah, here's what's crazy about this, guys. If you're at home and you're looking at it and you're kind of on the fence and you're like, I don't know if that's going to do it, if that's going to be powerful enough. I'm not a little guy. I'm a big guy, okay? This thing is getting through my muscles, and I've got big trapezius muscles up here, and this thing is just turning them into butter right now, pounding them. I mean, it feels so good. You're not going to believe how, the quality of the massage. I can't tell if the camera's going out of focus or it's me, because I'm vibrating so fast that I'm going out of focus. That's crazy. This is amazing, though, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, this feels so good. You owe it to yourself to pick up one of these, if not for yourself, for a loved one or somebody you know that's got, back pain or, has sore muscles. Maybe somebody that works like with their muscles all day long or plays a lot of sports. This is just amazing. Now, let me show you how you change the tip on this. I'm going to press and hold the button, and it's going to stop. All I have to do to change the tip on this is just pull this out, okay? So just like this, you just give that a tug. That one comes off. I'm going to set that down there, and now I can go to a different one. So this time I'm going to do the one that's like the general purpose guy right there. Can I tell you something? My shoulder that I was just doing right now feels amazing. I say this every time I sell this. I sell this, but it's true. When you use a massager like this, right, you're going to feel this tingling sensation when you're done. The tingling sensation is actually increased blood flow that's going on, and that's a good thing. That's something that you want. All right, I'm going to bring this one up to like a 5. We're going to do the other shoulder. Oh, Lordy. Okay. Now, notice how it starts slower until I put pressure on it, and then it just, wow, it just gets in there. It just digs right in there. If you've got knots in your shoulders, guys, this feels amazing. And so this is one of those things too, like, when you ask somebody to give you a massage, they do like maybe 30 seconds or a minute, and you're just getting into it, and then they're like, okay, I'm done. You know, you're not done. You're ready for more. This is not going to do that to you. This is going to last until you're done, until you feel like, wow, I am so relaxed at this point. It doesn't get hand cramps. And you don't either, because, oops, you don't either, because all I'm doing right here is I'm just holding this, just a light grip. And then I just kind of put a little bit of pressure on it, and it just digs right into my shoulder. Now, you can adjust the speed. I've got it up on 5. It goes up to 6. You can go all the way down to 1 and get a lighter massage if you want to, or just don't press as hard. Like right now, I just reduced how much pressure I'm putting on it, and it's not giving me the massage as hard. But then if I dig in there, oh my goodness. Woo. That feels incredible. I'm not lying. This feels amazing. All right. Oh, if I don't stop now, I'm not going to be able to finish the show because I'm just going to turn into a limp noodle over here because this thing just feels so good. All right. So here's the deal on this. If you want this, it's only $44.99. This is, oops, let me push this in here. This is incredibly well made. It comes with that charging cord. It holds that charge for a long time. You heard us talking earlier how we charged it today from 30% up to 100 essentially for 1 hour, okay, in 1 hour, okay? Has 6 speeds on this, comes with 4 different tips. They just slide on and off, and this is going to give you an incredible massage. Wow, this thing is amazing. What is Annie saying? That she's been using a sling blade in her backyard trying to, get all the saplings from the white oak trees. Yeah, Annie, you could use this for your back. And Judy, I see what you're saying, that I was vibrating so much that I was out of focus. You're not lying. Are we moving on, Lee? All right, folks, we're going to move on to our next item. I hope you took advantage of that one. Again, always, the phone number here is 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. I encourage you to give us a call and take advantage of this. Did I mention that everything's free shipping here at Shop Social TV? If I haven't, I apologize, because everything is free shipping here at Shop Social TV. All right, our next item, we have not seen this in a while. We were thinking about what do we wanted to air tonight, and Lee said to me, you know what, we haven't done these in probably a month or more. And these are awesome. These are the Maxa Wave Style Post and Deck Railing Lights. You get a 2-pack when you buy these for $49.95 with free shipping, okay? Now, you get a choice of colors with these guys. Where's the other white one? You get a choice of colors with these guys. Okay. You get a choice of colors with these guys. You can choose the black. You can get a white. You can get a bronze color, or you can get a wood look, okay? Those are your choices. Now, if you notice the way these work, you can either set them on their base on a flat surface, like stairs or a table or whatever, or there's their intended purpose right there. They fit on a fence post. They'll fit on a gate post. They'll fit on the railing. They'll fit anywhere you need them to. And they come with an adapter so that they will fit on both wooden posts and PVC posts as well. Because a lot of people don't know this. There's a difference in the size between a wood post and a PVC post, okay? So let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to use this wood one here in front of me as an example, okay? So this is what they look like. Now, the actual part down here, the lens, real glass. You hear that? These are real glass. The reason they call them a wave style is that it's something you can't do with plexiglass and something you can't do with plastic. When they make the glass, there's actually a wave in them that gives you an absolute beautiful pattern. These are solar, so you don't have to worry about charging these, or you don't have to worry about getting an electrician to come out and run power for you, because they are this adapter right here. This fits on top of this. It looks really nice when it's in place. And this is made to fit a PVC fence post. And the PVC posts are 4x4. So it's a little bit bigger. But this is made to fit on there. We also give you the mounting hardware for these. We give you screws that you can use in the PVC and the wood. And you get 2 sets of the screws here, actually 4 sets of the screws, because you can also screw the light onto the adapter when you put it on the post. Okay, I'm going to bring the lights down because I want everybody out there to see how amazing these look. All right, here we go. Why aren't my lights going off? What's going on here? Huh. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay. For a second there, I couldn't get any lights that cooperate with me. I was like, what's going on? All right, I got one more light on over here. Believe it or not, it's got to be full darkness. Boom! Look at that. Look how beautiful these lights look when they're on. There we go. That guy right there, it was still getting a little tiny bit of light, but I took care of that. Now, look how gorgeous that looks. Look at the pattern that these throw off of them. That's what we're talking about when we say the wave pattern. You can see it on the table right there. I mean, you can see it all the way around. You know what? These didn't sit outside for very long today, so it's entirely possible that this guy here does not have a lot of juice in him. If he goes out again, we're just going to assume that there's not a lot of power in there. But you could see how beautiful the pattern is that comes off of these. That's that wave pattern right there. Now, this particular guy right here is mounted on this fence post, as you can see right here. And actually, this is a mailbox. So as long as you've got a PVC post of some kind, you can actually put this on that post, all right? And that's what we're doing right here, is this is mounted right on top of this post, just like that, okay? Really, really simple to do. And this is a project that anybody can do by themselves. You don't need to hire an electrician. You don't have to do any of that stuff, okay? This is just going to sit on there very easily, and use 2 screws to put the base on, then use 2 screws to put in the adapter as well. Really simple to do. And again, the adapter is there if you're mounting it on a wood post, because those are 4x4s, or if you're mounting it on the wood posts you don't need the adapter for. Those are 3x3s. It's the PVC posts that are 4x4s. I have 4 of these up at my house in Ocala. And up there, we don't have streetlights. The house is literally on a dirt road. There are no streetlights. We have 4 of these. I've got cattle gates that come onto the property. Not that I have cattle, but that's just the kind of gates you get up there. And I have them on either side of the gate. So when you come down my street, my fence, my gate is lit up. You can see where the opening to the gate is. That's why I did that. And I also did it because I didn't have to hire an electrician. I didn't have to run cables. I didn't have to dig a trench. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. It was really, really simple for me to get these out there. And I love the look on these too. So, you know, really at the end of the day, it comes down to like what kind of a post, you know, do you want? Do you have wrought iron fixtures outside in other places? Get the black. You know, do you have like kind of a rusted bronzy look? Get the bronze ones. We have those. The wood, I have the wood. I love the wood. The look of the wood is great. All right, I've got the wood ones out there. Or you can get the white ones. If you've got PVC, a lot of people out there like to do that. They like to have the PVC posts. Have the PVC ones on their PVC posts because they just look good when they're out there, okay? So you can see you've got all these lights. You've got the beautiful design on these. You can see the way that dances on the table as I spin these around. And again, that's because this is genuine glass. That's the wave design. I think my wife Kelly found out that these were genuine glass before when she dropped one. Because they are. It's real glass. And look at that one sitting up there, how perfectly, and I'm going to show you something real quick here. So the reason that you get the adapter is this. If I tried to fit this on here without the adapter, it exactly sits on top of that, but that's not what you want. You want it to go over the top of that. Without the adapter, this is made to go on a wood post. On a PVC post, you put the adapter down first, just like this. And I'm going to turn it this way so you can see the holes. So you put the adapter on first, you attach that to the PVC, then you put down your light, just like this, and then you attach the light to the adapter. Really simple to do, takes just a few minutes, and we give you the screws to do all of this, okay? These are only $49.95 for 2. You're getting a 2-pack when you buy these, okay? You're not getting these and having to buy singles and spend $100. For $50, less than $50 just, you are getting 2 of these for $49.95, and we give you free shipping. And these come in one box together. These are not tiny either, okay? These are not small. You can see them compared to the size of my hands, and I got big old mitts, okay? You can see how big these are. So you're getting a substantial piece made of real glass. Again, folks, the real glass with the adapters included, with the mounting hardware included, with all the screws that you need to mount these things. Again, you're not wiring, you're not hiring. And you can use them this way too. You can set them down on their base if you want to put them next to a staircase. If you want to put them on a table and use it as a centerpiece. If you got company coming over, never have to worry about charging them. The sun's going to take care of that for you, all right? And these basically stay lit all night long. I say basically because, quite frankly, you know, ours are lit when I go to bed, and then when I wake up, the sun's already up. So I don't know if they stay on all night. I'm not going to sit up and watch them. I know they stay lit plenty late into the evening. And that's a beautiful thing about these, that these are just really well made, really high quality lights right here. You can see they get super bright. This guy right here has not been charged long enough today. I can tell you that right now, because we keep these in a box in our studio, and we decided at the last minute, we're like, you know what? Let's run the Maxa lights tonight. We haven't done those in a while. Let's go do that. And we didn't charge them long enough. So that's our bad. That happens once in a while, but that's okay. You can see enough of them that are charged, have a charge, how bright these are. This guy especially. Wow, that thing is just glowing. Oh, you know what we haven't done? The Statue of Liberty. Let's do the Statue of Liberty. All right, watch this. So you could see, if this is higher, let's say that you've got like a lamppost, and you put this on top of it, this actually looks like one of the traditional lamp toppers that you would see on a lamppost. But look at this, and I held it up here. You could see how this has tremendous light. A lot of light comes off of this. That pattern is all over the place because you got that beautiful real glass that's on there, okay? And the higher up it is, the farther out that light's going to go, okay? So we're going to move on in just a few seconds here. Actually, we're not. This is the last item of the show. What am I talking about? No. We're going to stay with this. $49.95 free shipping for a 2-pack. The Statue of Liberty. See? Oh, I got a laugh out of Kelly. She liked that one. I don't think it's the first time I've used it, but I think it's the first time she listened. Because usually she's the one directing the show. Tonight Lee's doing it, so they're taking turns. Now, here's what's interesting. That light is probably 5-6 feet away from me, the one that you're seeing the light play around on it there. And you can see that pattern gets thrown a good distance. I mean, it gets thrown a really good distance away. This will light up a nice sized area, just this one light, you know. So this is a great addition to any home, anybody's outside of their house. So you want to put it in your backyard, your front yard, you want to put it on your mailbox, you want to put it on a fence post, you want to put it on a railing, on your deck, any of those places, or just use it flat like this as a centerpiece in the middle of a table if you've got company coming over. Look how easy this is to install too. All you do is set it down on the post there. What he just did was turn the on switch on. You're going to do that one time. One time you're going to turn these on, and then they're going to self-regulate from there. They will turn themselves on and they will turn themselves off, okay, without you having to do a darn thing. That's the beauty of these, folks. We got 4 minutes left in the show tonight, so I want everybody, if you're thinking about buying these, do it right now. Don't. Sometimes we have people that wait like a half hour after the show. I'm going to be honest with you. We shut down the phones like 15 minutes after the show, so don't wait 30 minutes to buy them, or call back tomorrow, or go to the website, because we do have that website, shopsstv.com, where you can look at all of our stuff there. Lee was just talking to me about RV camping. These are great for camping, folks. You know what's cool about these? They look so much like real lights, and by real lights I mean wired lights, that if you take these RV camping, they're going to think, people are going to look at it and go like, why didn't our campsite come with these? I'm telling you, it's going to happen, because these look that good. The amount of light when these are fully charged that comes off of them is just ridiculous. And you can tell the difference too, because like this guy here is fully charged, but the next guy to him is not fully charged, okay? But you could see how much light that's throwing out there. So imagine these on your campsite if you're RVing. Imagine these in your backyard. Your backyard should be an oasis, okay? This is going to help you get that feeling. And when you have company coming over, instead of having to turn on some big old artificial lights that are just going to ruin the mood, you could actually have these sitting out there. I love that over the mailbox, because it lets people know where your house is, especially if you got house numbers on there. It's going to help illuminate those too. So if you got those first responders, for God forbid any reason, coming to your house, that's going to help with that as well. Okay, I'm going to bring the lights back up for the last couple minutes here, because I want everybody to be able to see exactly what these guys look like and what the patterns on them look like as well. What else I got to turn on? This one here. I got remote controls I use to turn the lights on and off. We fancy. All right, but take a look at these guys right here. So you've got your bronze, you've got your wood tone, you've got your black, and then you've got the white that's on top of the mailbox right there. So those are all your choices in these. You do get two. I don't want you to think you're only getting one for that price, for $44 and some change. You're getting two of these when you buy these, okay? For $49.95, you're getting two of these, but you are getting free shipping on these. And these are well made. Maxa is a company that's been around for years. These guys know solar lighting. And remember, if I haven't said it enough times, these are solar. Big solar panel on the top of this. Hey, Charlene ordered the massage gun. Hey, thanks for shopping with us, Charlene. She's such a good customer and a good friend too. And we will see you on Thursday. That's absolutely right. Take a look at this right here, though. That's your giant solar panel. This is that wood pattern. I love this. I don't know how they did this, because it's not painted and it's not a decal, so I don't know how in the world they did that, but that looks really cool. And you can hear the quality. What'd you say, Lee? Oh, they dipped it. Actually, you're probably right. If you folks don't know what that is, there's a process where you put a pattern on water and you literally drop the plastic or whatever it is you want to cover, and you dip it in there and it sticks to it and it looks perfect. It is so cool. I bet you that's what they did. They dipped these. All right, folks, we've got literally a minute left, maybe less than a minute, okay? If you want these, call us, 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712, or go to our website, shopsstv.com. That's open 24 hours a day, every day of the year. So you can always go there and buy anything that you've seen here tonight, or surprise yourself, and you'll find some other things there that you may have never seen before. Okay, now, we're going to be back here on Thursday night from 8 to 10 p.m. again. I ask this at the end of every show, who would rather that we started earlier? Maybe 7 to 9 p.m. instead of 8 to 10 p.m.? That's kind of what I'm thinking these days. I'm taking a poll. So let me know what you think, guys. We've got just a few seconds left. I've had a great time tonight. I hope you did too. My name's Lou, and I will be back here on Thursday night from 8 to 10.